Hello everyone, how are you all? Students, I hope you people are doing good. We were discussing about the consumer surplus. Yes, that we have discussed already, that what is consumer surplus, what are the exemptions. Okay, in that we have taught you, giving you the concept of substitute goods, complementary goods. Then you have learned about the diagram and table. According to that, how the consumer surplus is derived. Yes, and then we have learned about the importance and criticism of the consumer surplus. So this much we have done, students. Now we will switch again to the indifference curve theory. Okay, let's just see it.
Indifference curve analysis. In indifference curve analysis, the consumer has to choose between different combinations of two commodities on the scale of which gives him more satisfaction. Assumptions. Consumers are rational in making decisions about their expenditures on goods. Consumers' income, taste, preference, and habits remain unchanged. Utility can be expressed ordinarily. It assumes the principle of diminishing marginal rate of substitution. Consumer is consistent in his behavior during a period of time. The consumer's preferences are not self-contradictory. The goods consumed by the consumer are substitutable. There are many combinations of the two commodities which are equally preferred by a consumer, and he is indifferent as to which of the two he receives.
Okay students, so these are basically kind of your notes only, so you need to mention this all in your notebooks. Okay, so here first of all it is defining the indifference curve. So understand this, what it is saying. So it is saying in indifference curve analysis, the consumer has to choose between different combination of two commodities. You always remember that here in this concept we are talking about the two commodities. Okay, two commodities on the scale of which gives him more satisfaction. So two commodities are there with the consumer, and with the given amount of money, consumer has to choose such a combination of that two commodities which will give them the maximum satisfaction. Okay, now it is saying that there are many assumptions, which first of all we are assuming this all things, and then we are deriving this theory. Okay, so here first of all it is saying consumers are rational in making decisions about their expenditure on goods. तो मतलब क्या है यहाँ rational का logical, समझदार, यानी कि consumers logically समझदारी से decision लेता है अपने पैसे खर्च करने पे उस two goods पे जिससे उनको satisfaction मिले. Okay, then it is saying the consumer's income, taste, preference and habits remain unchanged. So that means what? Whatever the income of consumer were there, that is the same. There is no change in his taste or preference or the habits. So everything remains constant. Okay. Now it is saying that utility can be expressed here ordinarily. Okay students, one thing to remember. इसके पहले हम लोगों ने पढ़ा था कंज्यूमर सरप्लस, उसमें हम यूटिलिटी को कार्डिनली मेजर करते थे. यहाँ पे हम इंडिफरेंस कर्व में यूटिलिटी को ऑर्डिनली मेजर कर रहे हैं. दैट मीन्स व्हाट कि इन कंज्यूमर सरप्लस वी आर deriving the satisfaction in numbers, but here we are just giving a ranking in a order to express our satisfaction. That is why it is said as it is expressed in ordinary. Okay, now it is saying that it assumes the principle of diminishing marginal rate of substitution. That we have already discussed, that what is the marginal rate of substitution, that in which ratio we are substituting the one good for another. Okay, like two goods combination is there, so if we are increasing one good, if we are increasing the quantity of one good, so we are sacrificing or decreasing the quantity of the other good, because the resources, the money income is limited given, and in that only the ratio of the two goods got changed. So in that way it is same. Okay, now it is saying consumer is a consistent in his behavior during a period of time. So consumer क्या consistent है अपना रेशियो को, वो एक कंसिस्टेंट मैनर को इंक्लूड मतलब फॉलो करता है। ओके, अब यहाँ क्या बोला जा रहा है that the consumers preference are not self contradictory। कंज्यूमर की जो प्रेफरेंस है वो उसके खुद के चॉइसेस से टकराता नहीं है। ओके, now it is saying the last the goods consumed by the consumers are substitutable। ओके, जो गुड्स यहाँ पे कंज्यूम कर रहे हैं कंज्यूमर वो सब्स्टिट्यूट गुड्स है जो कि एक दूसरे की जगह यूज किया जा सकता है। There are many combination of the two commodities which are equally preferred by the consumers and he is indifferent as to which of the two he receives। बोला क्या जा रहा है अगेन कि there are the combination of the two goods which are equally preferred। ये हम पढ़ चुके हैं कि यहाँ पे दो गुड्स है जो कि दोनों ही इक्वली प्रेफर किया जा रहा है बट by a consumer and he is indifferent as to which of the two he is received। तो जो दो को रिसीव कर रहा है उसमें उसका कोई डिफरेंस नहीं रहता, वो दोनों को इक्वली प्रेफर करता है। हाँ, जो यूनिट है टू कमोडिटीज के वो वैरी करते हैं। ओके, सो दिस इज ऑल द एसेंशियल्स ऑफ द इंडिफरेंस कर्व, सो दिस फॉर यू नोट इट डाउन।
Indifference curve. An indifference curve shows all the combinations of two commodities that gives the same satisfaction to a consumer. Schedule shows different combination of biscuits and butter, that is P, Q, R, S, T. Consumer here is indifferent to the combination which he buys as all the combinations give him equal satisfaction. All these combinations are equally preferred by him. To increase consumption of butter, he has to forego consumption of biscuits, but the level of satisfaction derived from every combination remains the same. In the graph, butter is on x-axis and biscuits are on y-axis. Points P, Q, R, S and T show various combinations of biscuits and butter. The curve joining these combinations is called indifference curve. As all combinations give equal satisfaction, they are equally desirable by the consumer. Indifference curve is also known as ISO utility curve.
Yes, students. So here now you have to understand the concept with the help of the table and diagram. So here first of all it is saying that an indifference curve shows all the combination of two commodities that gives the same satisfaction to a consumer. Okay. So here are two commodities, butter and biscuit. Okay. And there are the different combinations. Okay, point P is showing a combination of 1:16, Q is showing the another combination 2:12 and so on. Okay, now it is saying that whatever the combination a consumer is choosing, it is going to give the equal satisfaction because whatever the different ratios are there, we are spending the same amount of money. Let's suppose that 1000 rupees we are spending in either of the combination, so that is why it will give the equal satisfaction। ऐसा नहीं है कि P पॉइंट में अगर हम इन चीज़ों को चूज करें तो हमें ज़्यादा पैसा देना पड़ेगा और S पॉइंट में हम अगर कुछ चूज करें तो हमें कम पैसा देना पड़ेगा। कोई भी कॉम्बिनेशन और रेशियो में अगर हम इस दो प्रोडक्ट को खरीद रहे हैं तो हमारा जो बजट है वो सेम था और उतने ही पैसे लग रहे हैं। ओके, नाउ इट इज सेइंग हियर इन द स्केड्यूल दैट schedule shows different combination of biscuit and butter। okay, butter and biscuit के different combination को show किया जाता है with the help of P, Q, R, S, T। okay, then it is saying that the consumers here is indifferent to the combination which he buys as all the combination give him equal satisfaction। okay, whatever the combination consumer will choose, he will get the equal satisfaction। now it is saying all these combinations are equally preferred by him। इसमें से वो कोई भी कॉम्बिनेशन चूज कर सकता है, ये सारे उसके बजट के अंदर है और प्रेफरेबल है। ओके, नाउ इट इज सेइंग दैट टू इंक्रीज कंजम्पशन ऑफ बटर he has to forego the consumption of biscuit but the level of satisfaction derived from every combination remains same। अब बोला क्या जा रहा है, अगर फर्स्ट पॉइंट को हम देखें P पॉइंट में, यहाँ पे क्वांटिटी ऑफ बटर इज लेस एंड द क्वांटिटी ऑफ बिस्किट इज मोर। ओके, और फॉरगो यानी कि छोड़ना पड़ेगा बिस्किट के उस पर्टिकुलर क्वांटिटी को जो मैं पहले यूज कर रही थी। तो यहाँ अगर मैंने इसकी क्वांटिटी बढ़ाई है तो मुझे यहाँ पे रिड्यूस करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि मेरे पास सेम अमाउंट ऑफ मनी है, उसी से मैं डिफरेंट कॉम्बिनेशंस को चूज कर सकती हूँ। तो यहाँ पे क्या बोला जा रहा है कि इफ आई एम चूजिंग अनदर कॉम्बिनेशन इन विच आई एम इंक्रीजिंग द क्वांटिटी ऑफ वन प्रोडक्ट, देन आई हैव टू फॉरगो और रिड्यूस और सैक्रिफाइस the quantity of the other product. Okay, so that is what it is saying. Okay, but whatever the level of satisfaction I am getting, that will be equal in any of this combination point. Okay, so this is what it is saying. Now it is saying when this all points were put in the graph. Okay, so these will be the point when we will join it. All the points when we will join it, so we will find a curve, and that curve is only called as indifference curve. Okay, so it is saying in the graph butter is on x-axis and biscuit is on y-axis. Okay, so the x-axis is showing the butter and the y-axis is showing the biscuit. Okay, and the point P, Q, R, S, T, which is labeled here, shows various combinations of the biscuit and butter. Okay, so here it is showing this P point, that 0 to 1 is the demand which consumer is demanding for the butter at P point, and 16 is the quantity of biscuit which is demanded at the P point. Okay, then the curve join this of combination, we get the indifference curve, which shows this whole curve shows the equal level of satisfaction while spending 1000 rupees for example. Okay, ये हम 1000 रुपए खर्च कर रहे हैं और इसमें से कोई भी कॉम्बिनेशन चूज कर रहे हैं तो हमको एक ही लेवल का सेटिस्फैक्शन मिल रहा है, कोई भी पॉइंट हो फ्रॉम P to T. ओके, अब हम बात करें यहाँ पे कि as all the combinations give equal satisfaction, they are equally desirable by the consumer. तो यहाँ पे सब पॉइंट्स में इक्वल सेटिस्फैक्शन ही मिल रहा है, तो कंज्यूमर कोई भी एक पॉइंट को चूज कर सकता है. Now it is saying that indifference curve को हम और क्या बोलते हैं, तो इसको हम बोलते हैं ISO utility curve, but एग्जाम में नॉर्मली हम indifference curve की ही बात करते हैं. ओके, so like this you have learned the schedule and graph how the indifference curve is expressed in the with the help of this table and this diagram. Okay, and whenever one more very important thing, that whenever if in the exam it is asked discuss or write about the indifference curve analysis. Okay, तो इसमें हम क्या लिखेंगे, जैसे हम पढ़े हैं कि इसमें स्टेटमेंट लिखें, तो इंडिफरेंस कर्व क्या होता है वो लिखेंगे, एजम्पशंस क्या होते हैं वो लिखेंगे, उसके बाद हम टेबल और डायग्राम भी बनाएंगे. और जैसे यहाँ पे एक्सप्रेस किया गया है कि टेबल का डिटेल अलग और ग्राफ्स का डिटेल अलग, उस तरीके से आपको मेंशन करना है उसको. ठीक है, and afterwards also whatever the parts we are going to discuss, if it is going to come in the 5-6 marks, okay, so you have to write the whole detail, this all will include, and then only it will be called as a proper answer. Okay, so likewise the writing pattern of this or theory is like that, all the steps are like that only. Okay students,
indifference map. A set of indifference curves is called indifference map. Each curve represents a different level of satisfaction. Consumer prefers combinations on the higher indifference curve because a higher indifference curve indicates a higher level of satisfaction. Combinations on IC2 will give higher satisfaction as compared to combinations on IC1. Similarly, combinations on IC3 will give higher satisfaction as compared to combinations on IC2. In short, as the IC curve moves further from the origin, the level of satisfaction derived from it increases.
so now students, one more concept you are learning here is the indifference map. Okay, indifference map, why we are saying this diagram as an indifference map, because there are the different indifference curves are there, IC1, IC2, IC3, IC4. There are the different 4 indifference curves were shown in this graph. So that is why when the multiple indifference curves were shown, so that is called as indifference map. Now it is saying that a set of indifference curve is called indifference map. Okay, they are the different sets of indifference curve. That is why it is called as indifference map. Okay, it is saying each curve represents a different level of satisfaction. Of course, this indifference curve will show a different level of satisfaction in compared to IC2, IC3, IC4. All the different indifference curve will show the different level of combination and different level of satisfaction according to the consumer's income and budget. Okay, so like if IC2 is there, so it is well obvious that the consumer's income is increased, and that is why the consumer is demanding more of the two goods, and that is why the combinations were like increased and the IC curve have shifted forward. So that means when the IC curve shifted forward, it means the income level of a consumer has increased, and vice versa. If the IC curve is shifting backward, then the income level is decreased, or what we have learned in the previous video, that either the budget or the income of a consumer increases, or the prices of the goods are increased or decreased. So in that way only there is a shift in the IC curves. Okay, and now it is saying the consumer prefers combinations on the higher indifference curve because a higher indifference curve indicates a higher level of satisfaction. Of course, whatever my budget is there and according to which I am choosing, whatever the higher indifference curve is there, I will choose that only because it will give me the higher and the maximum satisfaction. Okay, now it is saying that the combination of IC2 will give higher satisfaction as compared to the IC1 combination that I have just told you. Okay, now it is saying similarly the combination of IC3 will give higher satisfaction as compared to the combination on IC2, obviously, because as the IC curve is increasing forward, so this is showing that the income level is also increasing, and satisfaction derived from this all different combinations of the good which is shown with the indifference curve is also showing the higher level of satisfaction. Now in the last it is saying, in short, as the IC curve moves further from the origin क्या है, ये है 0, तो यहाँ से जैसे जैसे फर्दर मूव कर रहा है अपवर्ड की तरफ. ओके, तो द लेवल ऑफ सेटिस्फैक्शन डिराइव्ड फ्रॉम इट इज इंक्रीजिंग. तो ऑब्वियसली अगर ओरिजिन ये है और यहाँ से हम IC कर्व को फॉरवर्ड किए जा रहे हैं, तो इसका मतलब क्या है कि कंज्यूमर की सिचुएशन अच्छी होती जा रही है, उसका इनकम लेवल बढ़ रहा है, और वैसे ही वो दूसरा जो दो आइटम्स है उसका रेशियो बढ़ा रहा है, तो उसके पास वेलफेयर की अपॉर्चुनिटी ज़्यादा हो रही है, उसकी वेलफेयर हो रही है, ठीक है, उसका जो स्टेटस है वो इंक्रीज हो रहा है, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली ही और शी इज opting for the more goods of these two products. Okay, and likewise the satisfaction derived from the two products is also higher. Okay, so likewise it is same. Now let's see the next thing.
Marginal rate of substitution. Marginal rate of substitution is the rate at which consumer is ready to substitute one commodity for another without altering the level of satisfaction derived from the combination of the two commodities. MRS XY is equal to delta Y upon delta X. Schedule gives the 5 combinations of butter and biscuits with same level of satisfaction. As the consumer moves from first combination to the second, he has to forego 4 units of biscuits for 1 unit of butter, and same pattern continues till the 5th combination. However, as the consumer consumes more and more units of butter, he is prepared to forego lesser and lesser units of biscuits. That is, the rate of substitution diminishes. This is called the diminishing marginal rate of substitution, which is depicted in the graph.
Okay students, so this concept also we have discussed, okay, that what is the marginal rate of substitution. So just note it down, a proper definition which is mentioned here, that marginal rate of substitution is the rate at which consumer is ready to substitute one commodity for another without altering the level of satisfaction derived from the combination of the two two commodities. In a equation form, it is expressed as MRS XY, that is marginal rate of substitution of the two products, that is we have assumed X and Y, okay, that is a butter and biscuit, okay, as it is shown in this graph that X is showing butter and Y is showing biscuit. So the two products butter and biscuit is showing in the terms of X and Y, and here the delta Y by delta X. So that delta, every time in economics when we are expressing delta, delta means change, okay, never forget that here in this equation form the delta Y by delta X is nothing but it is saying change in Y by change in X. Now what is change in Y and change in X? So there are the different combinations, okay, P, Q, R, S, T. Now whatever the two combinations are there, when we are finding the marginal rate of substitution की एक कॉम्बिनेशन की जगह दूसरी कॉम्बिनेशन जब हमने चूज की तो हमने किसका प्रोडक्ट को सैक्रिफाइस किया, तो जब हम 16 से 12 आ गए बिस्किट की यूनिट पे और बटर की क्वांटिटी हमने इंक्रीज कर दी, तो यहाँ हम 1 थे और 2 हो गए, तो डिफरेंस कितना हुआ 1, ओके, और यहाँ पे 16 था 12 आ गए, तो डिफरेंस कितना हुआ 4. तो जो P से Q में हमने चेंज किया अपना कॉम्बिनेशन, तो हमने मार्जिनल रेट ऑफ सब्स्टिट्यूशन कितना सब्स्टिट्यूट किया 4:1 हमने सब्स्टिट्यूट किया बिस्किट से बटर में. तो यही सारी चीजें यहाँ पे कॉम्बिनेशन बता रही है. तो ये जो चेंज है, तो ये चेंज क्या है, चेंज इन y बाय चेंज इन x है, ओके, 4 इज व्हाट y, इसलिए चेंज इन y को हमने एक्सप्रेस किया 4 में, और चेंज इन x दैट इज द बटर, तो बटर हम कितना कर रहे हैं 1 की रेशियो चेंज हो रही है, तो इसमें यहाँ पे ये x रेशियो शो कर रहा है. दैट मीन्स व्हाट कि यहाँ हर एक कॉम्बिनेशन में हम जितना क्वांटिटी चेंज कर रहे हैं उसी को हम यहाँ पे एक्सप्रेस कर रहे हैं डेल्टा y बाय डेल्टा x या फिर 4:1 के रेशियो में, ओके. Now it is saying about the schedule, that the schedule gives the 5 combination of butter biscuits with the same level of satisfaction. Of course कोई भी कॉम्बिनेशन है वो हमको सेम लेवल ऑफ सेटिस्फैक्शन ही देगा क्योंकि हम एक ही पर्टिकुलर अमाउंट ऑफ मनी स्पेंड कर रहे हैं. Now it is saying as a consumer moves from first combination to the second, he has forego 4 units of biscuit for 1 unit of butter and same pattern continues till the 5th combination. Okay, यहाँ पे 5th combination में 1:1 हो गया, तो यहाँ पे जो भी डिफरेंट है उसमें यही बताया जा रहा है कि जब हम एक को बढ़ा रहे हैं तो दूसरे को घटा रहे हैं, और इस तरीके से हम अपने एक कॉम्बिनेशन को बढ़ाने के लिए दूसरे कॉम्बिनेशन को फॉरगो कर रहे हैं या सैक्रिफाइस कर रहे हैं. Now, however, the consumers consume more and more units of butter, he prepared to forgo lesser and lesser units of biscuit. That is, the rate of substitution diminishes. हमें पता है कि जब हम एक चीज को बढ़ाएंगे तो दूसरे को हमको घटाना ही पड़ेगा, तो उस चीज के लिए हम लोग पहले से प्रिपेयर रहते हैं, और ये जो चेंज हो रहा है उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं, उसे हम बोलते हैं रेट ऑफ सब्स्टिट्यूशन, दैट इज डिमिनिशिंग, जो कि डिक्रीज हो रहा है, जो सब्स्टिट्यूशन रेट है वो डिक्रीज हो रहा है. नाउ दिस इज कॉल्ड डिमिनिशिंग मार्जिनल रेट ऑफ सब्स्टिट्यूशन. तो जब हम सब्स्टिट्यूट कर रहे हैं और वो जो रेशियो है वो डिक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर में आ रहा है, तो उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं, दिस इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज डिमिनिशिंग मार्जिनल रेट ऑफ सब्स्टिट्यूशन विच इज डिपिक्टेड इन द ग्राफ. और इसलिए यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है कि डाउनवर्ड स्लोपिंग जा रहा है या फिर ये जो रेशियो है वो डिक्रीज हो रहा है. तो वो क्यों हो रहा है, बिकॉज इट इज डिमिनिशिंग. डिमिनिशिंग का मतलब हमेशा यहाँ पे क्या होता है, डिक्रीजिंग, ओके. सो लाइकवाइज it is diminishing, and that is why it is called as diminishing marginal rate of substitution. So students, in today's video you have learned about the indifference curve and the marginal rate of substitution concept again in a detailed manner. So just update this all material in your copy, okay, in a proper manner. Make this table and graphs also. Try to learn this all concepts again from the book, and again I am saying that develop a practice and may do the friendship with learning the graphs and all, because in all the concepts you are going to learn the concepts with the help of table and graph only. So students, for today's video this much only. I hope you people have learned this all and understood it properly, okay. Any confusion you can ask me in the comment section. So for today's session this much only.